Hello everyone, we are live now. This will be the last part of the second project overview. So I'll be going through some challenges. I actually got some reviews from the people that implemented the project. So I'm going through the challenges they had and what the viewer asked them to change. So uh, after this, I believe you will have everything to ace the project. So the project will be pretty much done, and I'll be expecting you on the third part of the degree, which is unsupervised learning. So during this webinar, I'll show some changes that have to be implemented to the functions. Uh, I believe at least two changes on the first part, and one major change to the second part of the project, but some changes that on the first part we will be using on the second. So let's get to it and you'll get to see what I'm talking about. So let me share my screen. And we're sharing screen. So for this webinar, I'm not going to use Udacity Workspace because they are going through some changes on the workspace. So I don't actually have access to my project to my implementation, and so I have to show everything on my computers and my Jupyter notebook. So let's get only the parts that need to be changed. So I'm not gonna show again. This is the project I showed you how to implement. This is the problem with the get doc data, as you can see here. But let's just get to the parts that need to be changed. Everything here is fine. This is all fine. But let's get to the parts that need to be changed. There are these two functions need to be changed according to some reviewers. So the first change should be to check accuracy. Now we have this new guy here, the criterion. As you can see here, we didn't have the criterion. And why we have the criterion? Well, because I'm actually also gonna have to display the loss on the training, loss on the validation. Also, so we actually have this gonna display the loss. So you need the criterion, the same criterion we have. So everything you need to know. So pretty much we have this the same function. Now it's changing the model to evaluation mode. This is important actually. So just add this line model to evolve. So essentially evaluation mode. And and pretty much everything is the same, but now we need this guy. We have this guy here, loss. And we are adding the loss here, computing the loss and adding it to this guy. And in the end, you're gonna print the average loss across all the batches, because this will give you the loss for here you are adding the loss for every batch, and here just dividing by the number of batches and getting the average loss. This is actually important. So pretty much that's it for the check accuracy. And given that we're using this function inside this other function, we actually have to change it here. So just for recalling, we are actually also gonna pass the criterion to the function, and it's the same criterion. This criterion. This is the thing we're passing here, and we're using it here. So beside the criterion, and And given the evaluation mode here, we also want to change it back to the train mode here after sending, because then we're gonna go for another loop of on training. So we send it back to train mode, and that's pretty much it. And this covers the changes that should be for the check accuracy and the deep learning training. And of course, whenever you have to call this function, you'll have to change it to pass the criterion. And it's going to be the same thing on the second part of the project when you're checking for accuracy there on the second command line app. So be sure to change this function also on the second part if you have implemented the second part. And now we're gonna change the function for getting the classifier. Don't mind this line. These are just line that was important to the layers. So when we are getting the classifier, we actually need the input layer size. And we are using a much simpler way to get into the input layer size. Now we're going to this guy, have this try except. I'm sorry, this one has to be here. Okay, perfect. Now we have this try except because for some of the models, this we have to use this indexing, and for some models you want to support indexing, so just add this try. If this one fail, it's gonna try this one will succeed, and you'll be getting the input layer size here, and you will return your classifier correctly. You are returning the classifier. So this is wrong. Don't mind that. So let's run everything to check it's correct. Sorry. So I have loaded the snatch, and let's see if I can get dynamically get a classifier for each. So since I'm call it new model, let's see if we can get a classifier equals. Yeah, I'm giving a default hidden units, but I'm actually going to change this just for the sake of example, just to see if everything is correct. So I'm just going to send it to a number, actually, just to see if I'm going to change everything. So it's strange. Okay, so let's see if it works. And it works, and as you can see, you can change it here. And if you prefer a shorter version, you can just do this. Let's save some code. And now if we inspect this new model, sorry, I have successfully replaced the classifier, and let's see if it works for the VGGNet. I believe everybody, oh, I believe everybody is using the VG16. Just let's. So now I have the VG16. Let's see if I do have it. And it is the VG16. Everything's correctly. So allow me to